Good morning, everybody. We're going to go through what we do here in fourth grade, excuse me, and that is a problem-solving plan. I know you have experience with this in the past with CML and some other things that we've done, but there's some ways that we do it in fourth grade that help you use a verbal model really to solve for the question that's really being asked. So the first problem that I'm going to give to you is, let's say that you go to a mall and you have $29 in your wallet. You came home with $3 and you found your receipt for the CD, the yo-yo, and the sunglasses. So those were $8, $3, and $5. But you can't find your receipt for the food, and your mom is asking. She wants to know how much you spent on food that day. Well, let's start with what we know. We started with $29, we ended with $3, and somewhere in the middle we spent $16. So then my next question is, what exactly do we want to know? Well, the money we spent on food. If somebody were to ask you, how much did you actually spend at the mall, we could figure that out easily with the 29 minus 3. But what we don't know is the money spent on food, and we have to do some problem solving to get to that number. So what is a verbal model? Well, a verbal model are words that describe the math that we're about to use, and then they describe the relationship of these numbers that we just talked about up here. So let me show you what that looks like. So I'm using words to make a plan. I'm going to have the question mark at the end. That's what I want to find, the equals. So the money I spend on food is equal to the money spent at the mall minus the sum of the CD, yo-yo, and sunglasses. So if I do that, I am going to do question mark, or X, however you want to do that, is 29 minus 3. And then I'm going to subtract it from whatever 8 plus 3 plus 5 is. Okay? So down here, the question mark is going to equal, and I didn't draw my 6 very well, 26 minus 8 plus 3 plus 5 is 16. My final answer will be, sorry about all my chicken scratch here, $10 on food today. Put it clearly over here. I spent $10 on food. Now, what we need to do is we need to look back. So if I do all my items, something I did earlier, I want to do 8 plus 3 plus 5 plus 10. So I know 8 plus 3 plus 5 is 16, plus 10 is 26, but I came home with $3. So I'm going to add that back in, and I ended up with $29. Does that sound about right? That this is what we spent on the items, this is what we spent on the food, this is the total that we spent, but we came home with $3. And so I got back to my original $29 at the very end. This looking back can guard against things like, oops, I forgot that I ended with $3. You're going to get a completely different number if you don't do that. So if you would take a moment and just pause me and copy down the problem-solving plan and realize all you're doing in a problem-solving plan is read and understand. You're going to make that plan, decide on what strategy and operations you're going to use. You're going to solve it. But the big thing is you need to look back. I'm just going to point out one of my favorite strategies on here is the drawing the diagram. I like to draw pictures. I have a picture brain. And so a lot of times, just as this question, and you can read through example number 3, it's not a difficult one, but it really helps to see these things on a number line right here, or if we look down here, to look at a map, as you see right here, and to really contemplate a picture. When in doubt, especially in geometry and things like that, when you're dealing with shapes, just make a quick sketch or drawing off to the side. Remember, in math, it is a good thing to kill that tree. We're saving it in other areas of our classroom, but in math, it is good to take as much space as you can so that you're absolutely sure and you're accurate in your answers. So your assignment today is 1.7, and it's located on page 42. Don't forget the look back part of the strategy when you're making your problem solving plan. Please see me if you have questions, but really try in your head to figure out the answer to these questions. What do you already know, and what are you trying to find out? Sometimes you solve for the wrong thing accidentally. So make sure that you know those things and then what a verbal model is. Remember, those are actual English words to describe the symbols or the math that you're about to use. Just like I did right here. This is a verbal model. Again, see me if you have questions. Have fun with this one. I love problem solving. It seems more like a game than math to me.